Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of hockey, you know how exciting it is to see the sport grow and evolve. While the big names like Canada, Sweden, and the United States dominate the headlines, more and more countries are emerging from unexpected corners of the globe. In today's video, we're diving into 5 emerging countries in hockey where the game is gaining traction and future stars are being born. These countries may not have a rich hockey tradition just yet, but they're catching up fast and could be the next big powerhouses in the sport of hockey. From up-and-coming leagues to grassroots development, these countries are proving that hockey is no longer just a cold-weather sport. So grab your sticks and skate with us through this list of the nations that are ready to make their mark on the global stage. Let's get started with South Korea. Ice hockey was introduced to South Korea during the Japanese colonial period 1910 to 1945. The first documented game took place on January 2nd, 1928, when the Yonsan Railway Club hosted Tokyo University for a demonstration match. Later that year, the Railway Club played against the newly formed Kyongsung University team, sparking a local rivalry. In 1931, the Yeonhee men's hockey team was established with support from American missionary and Korean skating pioneer Kim Yong-gu. This team achieved significant success, including victories over Japanese teams, symbolizing Korean resistance against colonial rule. The sport's development was interrupted by the Sino-Japanese War in 1937 and the Pacific War in 1941, which led to the suspension of sports in Korea. After World War II and Korea's liberation, the Korea Ice Hockey Association was founded in 1947, and the country joined the IIHF on July 25, 1960. The opening of the Dongdaemun Rink in 1964, Korea's first artificial ice facility, further facilitated the sport's growth. Despite these developments, ice hockey remained relatively obscure in Korea for several decades. Some notoriety was gained when the Detroit Red Wings and the Dallas Stars actually invited South Korean players to their development camps back in 2012 and 2013. The person as a result of allowing these guys to be invited was the country's most prevalent coach and player, Jim Paik. Richard Park was also another South Korean national to make the NHL and had a 10-year career across multiple teams in the NHL. However, the selection of the Pyeongchang as the host city in the 2018 Winter Olympics sparked renewed interest and investment in the sport. Notably, North Korea and South Korean unified women's hockey team competed under one flag in the Olympics, symbolizing a moment of diplomatic unity. Today, South Korea's men's national team is ranked 19th in the IIHF World Rankings and has participated in the top division of the World Championships in multiple years. The team's most successful campaign was a second-place finish in the 2017 Division 1A tournament, which qualified them for the top division in 2018. While still developing, ice hockey in South Korea has made significant strides due to Canadians naturalizing into South Korean citizens like Brock Radunski and Matt Dalton. Participation and improved performance on the international stage has produced many young prospects that are making their way on the North American and European junior and professional ranks. And the sport's definitely growing in popularity. The sport's history reflects a journey from colonial introduction to a symbol of national pride and international cooperation. Some players to watch out for in the coming years include Chongmin Lee, Seung-Young Kim, and Si-Hwan Kim, all players that are looking to get Division I and or professional contracts in the AHL and Division I hockey. There's also a lot of younger prospects like Roy Chung, Woojin Siu, and a variety of other prospects you saw that are moving into North American junior ranks and are eventually going to have more Division I players. Next on our list is Italy. Ice hockey in Italy traces its origins to the early 20th century with the establishment of the first Italian ice hockey team in Turin in 1911. That same year, the Sicuro Patinori Valentino played its inaugural official game against a team from Lyon, France. The sport's popularity grew, particularly in northern Italy, leading to the formation of additional teams throughout the 20s. A significant milestone was the opening of Italy's first indoor ice rink, the Palazzo di Ghiaccio, in Milan in December 28, 1923, which provided a dedicated venue for the sport's development. In 1924, Italy became a member of the IIHF, and the country's Ice Hockey Association was established in the same year. The inaugural national championship, known as the Cinzano Cup, took place in 1925, with Hockey Club Milano emerging as the first champions by defeating GSD Cortina 9-0 in the final. The sport's growth continued, and by the 1930s, Italy was participating in international competitions, including the Men's World Championship and the 1936 Winter Olympics. Despite interruptions during World War II, Italian ice hockey rebounded post-war, with the Federazione Italiana Sport del Ghiaccio being reestablished in 1952 to oversee ice sports, including ice hockey. Over the years, Italy has developed a structured league system, with the top tier being Serie A, founded in 1925. The league has undergone various transformations, including a merger with the International League to form the Alps Hockey League in 2016. The Italian teams in the Alps Hockey League also compete in Serie A. Today, ice hockey remains a popular sport in Italy, particularly in the northern regions, with both the men's and women's national team representing the country in international competitions. The men's national team has a history of participation in the IIHF top division of the World Championships, as well as the Winter Olympics, as they represented in 2006 in Turin. Players to watch for in Italy in the coming years include Damian Clara, Victor Meneganetti, and Riccardo Cartuccio. All three of these players have a really strong upside and can potentially make the NHL within the next decade. We're going back to Asia and the country of Japan. Ice hockey was introduced to Japan by English expatriates in the early 20th century, with the first recorded games being played in 1912. The sport gained popularity, particularly in the northern regions like Hokkaido, leading to the establishment of the Japan Ice Hockey Federation in 1929. Japan became the first Asian nation to join the IIHF in 1930. In 1936, Japan participated in the Winter Olympics, with goaltender Teiji Honma becoming the first ever goaltender to wear a modern version of the face mask in Olympic competition. The All Japan Ice Hockey Championship is one of the country's oldest sporting competitions, beginning in 1930. Professional ice hockey emerged in 1966 with the formation of the Japan Ice Hockey League, which operated until 2004 before being succeeded by the multinational Asia League Ice Hockey. Today, ice hockey in Japan is thriving. Some players are making their way into the AHL and the ECHL, with many promising prospects coming down the pipeline, including Yuki Miura, Yoshihiro Hirano, and many more prospects. Prospects that are younger include Yusaku Ando, Fuji Suzuki, and the once thought of as a prospect, Ito Iguchi, really put Japanese ice hockey on the map. Number 7 takes us back to Europe and Lithuania. Ice hockey in Lithuania began in the 1920s with the establishment of the first teams in Kaunas and Memel, now Klaipėda. The inaugural Lithuanian Ice Hockey Championship took place in 1926. The Lithuanian Ice Hockey Federation was founded in 1932, coinciding with Lithuania's first international match against Latvia. Lithuania joined the IIHF on February 19, 1938, and participated in the World Championships held in Prague later that year. Following World War II and Lithuania's annexation from the Soviet Union, the ice hockey activities were incorporated into the Soviet sports system. After regaining independence, Lithuania rejoined the IIHF on May 6, 1992, along with Estonia and Latvia. In recent years, Lithuania has made significant strides in international hockey. The men's national team has achieved notable successes, and the country has developed a structured system to promote the sport domestically. Players like Darius Kasparaitis and Dinas Zubras have brought hockey glory to the young country, and many young prospects are looking towards developing their crafts in places like Sweden and Switzerland when they reach their teenage years. Some notable prospects to watch out for are Dovydas Jukna, Simas Ignatavasius, Mikolas Skaduskis. All three players that are going to be draft eligible players in the coming years, and all guys who have a legitimate chance to eventually play professional hockey in North America. Our final country we want to talk about today is the country of China. Ice hockey in China has experienced significant growth, particularly in the lead-up of the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing. Historically considered a minor sport, its origins in China date back to the mid-20th century. The Chinese Ice Hockey Association, established to oversee the sport, became a member of the IIHF in 1963. In recent years, the sport's popularity has surged. In 2017, 1,000 individuals were playing hockey in China. And by 2018, this number had increased 12-fold to over 12,000 players. This growth is attributed to substantial investments in youth development and the establishment of a professional team in China. Notably, the Kunlun Red Star men's team competes in the Continental Hockey League, and there are Chinese teams that are reserve teams playing in the VHL as well as the NHL. China's men's national ice hockey team made its international debut in 1972 when the women and juniors teams debuted in 1992 and 1986 respectively. Despite challenges including concerns about competitiveness at the international level, China continues to invest in the sport's development. The establishment of the Women's Chinese Ice Hockey League in 2023 marks a significant step towards enhancing domestic competition and providing more opportunities for female players. Chinese hockey is really in a golden age. Between NHL interests in China and the increase in Chinese immigrants in Canada picking up the sport, it's no wonder why so many more Chinese nationals are falling in love. Many young players have been making the trek towards North America at increasingly young ages to capture their opportunity to secure a NCAA Division I scholarship, with some players in the coming years starting to commit to North American junior leagues. Players to watch include Kevin He, Heoxi Wang, and Heoyu Guo. These three players have all shown immense promise, and many more prospects are expected in the birth years of 2008 to 2014. Overall, while ice hockey in China is still developing, the country's commitment to the sport is evident through increased participation, investment in infrastructure, and the formation of professional leagues. This all indicates a really promising future for ice hockey in China. Let me know if you like this series. I'm going to delve more into international hockey, and I might even make a part 2 or part 3. Please leave comments below to talk about what nations you want to learn about next. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.